Hello, everyone. So, got a little bit of news. Let's see what's going on. What's this? Oh, thought it said Stacy for a second. He's struggling to stay sober, and his wife publicly embarrasses him, trashes his efforts. Should he leave? She should have left him. You're drunk, bro. Let's see. A man has been sober for 10 months. Only 10 months, bro. And he's celebrating. He's celebrating by attending a party with his wife. Despite not drinking, he still matches the group's energy and is having a good time. So he says. I love he has other things to keep him non-sober. However, when his wife comes over, she questions what he's drinking and even sniffs and tastes it, causing him to feel disrespected. She don't trust you. You lost her trust. What the hell? What did you think was gonna happen? What is wrong with this dude? This is not the first time she has done something similar. Of course not. I would have done the same thing. Why should she trust you? But it is the first time it has happened in a public setting, because you're celebrating your sobriety by going to a party where you know people are going to be drinking. That's why she did it in public. The man is looking for advice on how to handle the situation. Here's advice. Stop being a goddamn degenerate and do everything you can to re-earn her trust. And apologize to her for being a little bitch. Because she acted appropriately. That's what happens when you lose someone's trust. All right? She still stayed. She was there with you, but she got to be on her P's and Q's because you can fall off the wagon at any moment. So she got to be on your ass. She got to hold you accountable. And that's what she did. You apologize. That's how you handle the situation. The person acknowledges that his wife has been supportive during his sobriety journey. She was still being supportive. Still, they feel uncomfortable with her actions in a public setting. They mentioned that this is not the first time that their wife has done something similar, but it's the first time it's happening public. It's essential to consider both perspectives. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. There's the story. There's what happened. There's who he is being freaking a drunk, and there who she is being a supportive wife. Why do you need a different perspective? On the one hand, the person's wife might have been concerned about their well-being and wanted to ensure that they were not drinking alcohol. What do you mean on the one hand? What else would it be? What do you think? She just woke up today and that day and just felt like just being an asshole? That's the only reason she would act like that. On the other hand, the person's wife's actions could have been perceived as intrusive and disrespected their choices and sobriety journey. If you were drunk, first of all, you're not worthy of respect, sir, because you failed. Take the L, humble yourself, better yourself. So don't come with your pride now after doing some shit like this. I don't have anything against alcoholics, but if you're doing it, it's obviously destructive behavior. And the last thing you should have at that point in life is to be a prideful alcoholic. How does that even make sense? You have pride in accomplishing something worthy of respect. When you fail, you shouldn't still keep your pride at the same level. Doesn't make sense. first. And she should disrespect your goddamn choice because it was a poor choice and you keep making poor choices. You don't celebrate your sobriety journey by going to a goddamn party where there's going to be people drinking, where there's going to be temptation. Again, she did the right thing. The wife clearly has residual trust issues due to the husband's drinking problem, so she should not be judged too harshly for her behavior. No, not residual trust issues. He's only been sober for 10 months. And she supported him in the past, which means he's gotten sober and then fall off the wagon. So she's realistic. She's not lost trust in him. Otherwise, she would have left him. She trusts him, but she trusts that he also has an issue, and she's trying to hold him accountable. So there shouldn't be any judgment on her part. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think the only advice here is that you have to be understanding. Every action has a consequence, and your wife having a residual trust issues is one of the consequences of your actions. There you go. That's what I like to see. Reasonable people. In situations like these, both partners need to communicate openly and respectfully. It would be beneficial for the person to have a conversation with their wife about how her actions made them feel and to work together to find a solution that works for both of them. This is stupid. This is like Hallmark card ideal situation type of advice. People need to live in the real world and they need to understand people, right? Both partners should communicate openly and respectfully. Who the fuck do they do that? When do people do that in a conflict? Whose idea to give this stupid advice to actual human beings in the real world? Maybe in a television show where things are ideal, maybe, but in an actual conflict where someone is wrong, but they believe that they've been disrespected, they're not going to communicate openly and respectfully because they feel like they've been disrespected like he did. So if one side already failed on the open and respectful part of the conversation, why would you then say to this person in situations like these, in hindsight, you should have done this. I'm going to walk my way out after I just wasted your goddamn time. Although this didn't happen, it should have happened this way. How does that help? If someone said, I bought a red kite, but I wanted a blue one, and you said, well, you should have considered what color you wanted and then walked your dumb ass out. Advice would be return the fucking kite and get the color you wanted. That is advice. That helps the situation. This dumb shit does not help anybody. Just getting worked up because I hate stupid. This could include setting boundaries for behavior in public. Oh, this motherfucker is continuing. This include setting boundaries for behavior in public, finding alternative ways for the wife to express her concerns, or seeking outside support from a therapist or support group. Two grown adults had an argument, and your advice to them is they should set boundaries. She had boundaries. her alcoholic husband shouldn't be drinking. That's her boundaries. And they went to a party where there's alcohol involved. And he's acting exactly like all the rest of the drunk people. Are setting boundaries help? Finding alternative ways for her to express her concern? Sir, in a conflict situation, the way to diffuse the conflict is not to find the correct code to express yourself. It's to communicate what the problem is and address it. She communicated it correctly because he understood what she wanted. The problem was he was offended because he was embarrassed in front of his friends because now they all know he's a goddamn alcoholic. That's what it is. The problem wasn't what she said and way she said it, is that he was pretending in front of all these people that he didn't have a problem because he wanted to keep his pride. He wanted all of them to still view him the way he wanted them to view him instead of how he actually is, which is a failure. He got embarrassed because now they know something that he was trying to keep away from them. So the alternative shouldn't be his wife finding some way to express it. The alternative is for him to get out his goddamn feelings and humble himself. It's also important to remember that recovery is a journey. What point of what happened made you think that anyone forgot that information? Do you want to also give them other pointless fucking statements like, it's also important to remember when you take a shit, you got to wipe your ass and wash your hands? What the fuck? Don't know who this person is, but they should never give anyone advice ever again. And everyone's experience is unique. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because if you're experiencing something, you're not keeping in mind other people's experiences. So remembering that everyone's experience is unique does not help. All you're doing is giving someone an excuse to say, well, my situation is different, so the solution must be different too. If his situation is unique, then as an alcoholic, what is the unique solution there? Huh? Should he just not stop drinking? Because that's the same fucking solution for anybody that's an alcoholic. But his situation is unique, though. He should remember that. So he has an excuse to go to a goddamn party where people are drinking, knowing he's an alcoholic, to celebrate that he's been sober for 10 months. People in recovery may face different challenges. And it's essential to be understanding and supportive of each other. This is very fucking vague and general information. Why would you say this in a situation where you know what both parties' problems are? People may face different challenges. People may face different challenges, but these people are facing a very specific challenge. So this is dumb. It's essential to be understanding and supportive of each other. She's the one supporting him. He already said she's being supportive. He doesn't support her. So this is stupid also. You're dumb. By working together, the person and their wife can build a stronger relationship and support each other through ups and downs of recovery. They're already doing that, buddy. They're already working together. But this isn't advice, though. Because everyone knows, including them, because they were fucking doing it, that working together can build a stronger relationship because they're in a relationship that fucking married. And they know about supporting each other. That's why they got married. And they know about ups and downs because he's a goddamn alcoholic and she stayed with him. So this is pointless. The wife's anxiety is genuine and will take time to soothe. His alcoholism will take time to soothe. His alcoholism is genuine. What she has isn't anxiety. It's called dealing with a situation that she's currently in. Her husband is an alcoholic. He's going to a party where people are going to be drinking. She trusts him. She walks away and she's talking to other people. She comes back and he's having a conversation with a bunch of drunk people and he's acting exactly like them. She knows he's an alcoholic. She knows these people have been drinking. She responded to the situation accordingly. How's that anxiety? How did you come to the conclusion that it's anxiety? Especially because relapse is a very real concern, no shit, and possibility. So she has no way of knowing for sure if she might be right back there again. It's especially exaggerated by the fact that she really doesn't have any control over whether that happens. She might not be aware of the extent of her trauma. It's not trauma. It is not trauma. She was being responsible for him because he's her husband and they're a team that support each other. And her support was being the one to hold him accountable. And that's what she did. It's not anxiety. It's not trauma. It's being responsible, the thing that he's not. So as his supportive partner, she takes on that role. You people should not be giving anyone advice. It would help if the couple talked more. Oh my fucking God. How do you know they don't talk? How did you get this information? That they don't talk and that is the problem. And that's the thing that they would do and that would make it all better. Talk more. And worked on building their trust on communication. How the fuck do you do that? You can do trust falls? And communication. In what point of that story that you heard that their problem was that they weren't communicating correctly? How did you come to the conclusion that communication is their problem? She communicated her issue. He communicated his issue. She thought he was drinking, which was clear from what was said. And he was embarrassed publicly, which was clear from what was said. How did you come to the conclusion that communication was the issue? Issues relating to alcoholism and faith cannot be fixed overnight. Man said he was 10 months sober, and he was celebrating that. You think he was rushing the process? You think she thought it would just happen overnight after going through all that time? Why are you advising people to be patient? The husband needs to be patient with his wife and all her concerns. You motherfucker. Done. I'm done.